Yo, what's up? You are now tuned in to Give Me a Second Sports. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to find more content just like this.
It's Steph Curry now moving into the top five all time. What you got, Raylan?
Right now, no. And I'm a Steph Curry.
What? Not from the Steph Curry guy.
You could call me a stan, but I keep it a stack, bro. Like I'm a Kobe guy, and I don't sit up and act like Kobe's a top three guy. And Kobe's my guy, right? Kobe's in my second tier. Like the first tier is LeBron, Kareem, and Mike. Nobody else even has a case as to go. Those are the only three guys I don't even listen to the conversation, right? So then the next tier for me is Kobe, Magic, and Tim Duncan. You can put them whatever order you want to. I personally got Kobe fourth, and depending on what day you catch me, Magic and Tim Duncan, I could flip them. But resume-wise, those are the guys. Curry hasn't done enough to surpass any of those three guys, right? Tim Duncan, I think, gets overlooked a lot because he wasn't as exciting to watch. But if we as sports analysts want to really just look at resumes and go, what did he do? Tim Duncan resume speak for itself. 5 NBA championships, 2 MVPs, 3 finals MVPs. He up there with Kobe and KG, like and Gary Payton and Mike, the guys who got like ton of all NBAs and ton of all defenses. Like Duncan did it all. Magic resume speak for itself, right? So for me, right now, he hasn't done enough to surpass those guys. If you told me Steph Curry was 7th, I wouldn't even. I can tell you this. Larry Bird might can move over. Larry Bird might can move over, right? Shaq might can
Oh,
move over.
the Larry Bird fans, they're gonna be looking for you, man.
And listen, Larry
I'm gonna
Bird
send
is
them your
great.
way.
The problem with Larry Bird and Magic is like their careers are both cut short. Like they played the 80s and that was it, right? They both came in 79. They both was done by 92. So they don't have the longevity that a lot of these superstars have to kind of really, really stack their resume. And they did a lot in a short time. I think they both got 3 MVPs. Birds was back to back to back. Bird ain't got but 3 chips. So, I mean, we talking top, not but 3, but he got 3. Like Curry got 4. Curry got a unanimous MVP. Like you, I wouldn't trip. But those other 6 guys, like, no, Curry's not top 5. And you already know how I feel about Steph Curry, but he ain't top 5, man, not yet.
I'll go next. I don't think he's top five yet, but if he could get 2 more championships, which I think one is very doable. I think he's definitely can get one more championship. But I think I'm sorry, I said 2. If he can get 1 more championship, 1 more Finals MVP, I mean, he'd definitely be in my top 5. But I do agree with Ray. I mean, the top 3 is kind of cemented. It's kind of hard to get in there. Jordan, Kareem, LeBron. It's kind of hard to get in there, man. Steph has had a fantastic career, though. I will say that the unanimous MVP is excellent, and the other MVP. I mean, I think 1 more MVP will help his case as well too. What you got, Rob?
You know, I'm gonna break the internet and say I don't even know if he's top 10 yet. I heard you say you wouldn't be mad at 7, but I even think that's a little too high for him right now. And I think he's transcended the game. But I think transcending the game and being a stakeholder or a pioneer in the game are 2 different things. I think every era has a face to the league. And I think off of the strength of not being the face of even this era per se, he is a face, but he's not the face. And I say that because the face is still LeBron James at the end of the day, and 20 years and counting. He's still the face of the league. He's still the GOAT of this particular era. And the only thing that would have moved him in a space where he'd be top 10 is if he would have said, if he would have solely dominated the era or been the sole face as other individuals that are ahead of him on the list. Again, Kobe is a face. It ain't going nowhere. And he's a face not only just in the NBA, but in the Lakers community, Staples Arena community, Los Angeles community. There's some people that just ain't going nowhere. Showtime Lakers, not going nowhere. Bird, not going nowhere. LeBron, as much as we want to hate on him, he's not going nowhere. Jordan is not. You see what I'm saying? So I'm naming people that are just not going nowhere on the list. Then you got the most dominant players to play the game, and guys like Wilt Chamberlain and Shaquille O'Neal. And while Steph Curry may be a little more skilled in terms of pure dominance to the game, I can't say that he's above Shaq even right now on the list. I can't say he's above Wilt Chamberlain on the list. And we could pull up stats, but we're just going to use the eye test and say off pure dominance. He doesn't crack my top 10 yet. Now, going with what Ty said, you win a couple of more championships, you get another MVP or 2. That changes the conversation because we still have to look at the body of work, the body of resume. But the game is so different now we have to start at some point. We're either going to have to normalize having the top 10 of errors or something of that nature, because I mean, the list is so saturated now and the talent is so widespread now. You're making a conversation for Steph Curry at this moment, but at some point we're going to have to talk about Giannis Antetokounmpo. We're going to have to talk about Jokic if we're going to start including people like Steph Curry. And I don't know if they break the bubble yet, because while Giannis is phenomenal, he only got one chip. You know, while Jokic is phenomenal, he only got one chip. He got an MVP or two. But what I'm saying is that we have to start making room in a different way, where we're not so much competing and calling guys the greatest of all time, type 10 across multiple errors, because it's just not enough room on the list. I love Steph Curry, but I'm a Kobe fanatic, and I'm not moving Kobe for Steph Curry. I'm just not doing that. I'm not moving Steph Curry for a Jordan or for a LeBron. So let's not get off my line. I know where you're going with this, Raylan.
I do got a couple of questions though.
Yeah.
Well, more so some statements. So, you got something you want to say real quick, Ray? I mean, not real quick, but go ahead.
I'm wondering, right? First off, I don't disagree. Like I made the statement that if we're talking top 5, emphatically no from me. And I said, if you said 7, I would be more apt to listen, right? Just so everybody knows this watching, I have my top 8, and then out of sheer respect, I keep Bill Russell and Wilt at 9 and 10. I don't even just for what they did for the game, like you said, staples and pioneers of the game. It's almost like Bush League to move them out of the top tier. Right? It's like it's sacrilegious to do that. Yeah. If that wasn't the case, then we talk on a whole different conversation. So again, you heard me mention Shaq and Larry Bird. To me, like whoever I have on the way, KD, Steph, Giannis, Jokic, those guys, you go from 11 to 8 on my, for me, right? And the guys dropping, Shaq, whoever, they drop from 8 to, because I just leave I leave Wilt and Bill Russell there. My question to you is, do you think Larry Bird is that solidified in the top 10? Like, you think he's immovable?
So I didn't name him. I don't think I did.
You did. You said Larry Bird ain't going nowhere.
Okay. Oh, yeah, I did say that. So my thing is, I don't think he's cemented completely or indefinitely, but the question was, is he top 10, top 5 like now? And I'm saying, if Steph Curry left the league today, if his resume closed today, you know what I mean? I can't even put him in my top 10 if the resume closed today. Now I'm like I told you in previous conversations, I'm prepared to move LeBron over Jordan after his resume is complete. But because he's still playing in the league right now, I'm not willing to make that conversation, even make that argument while he's still building his resume, while he's still making quantifiable leaps and cementing himself in his career. But I'm not willing to do that right this second. And I'm saying with Steph Curry.
We can break the internet now. I got Mike third.
That's breaking the internet.
Mike is third.
Who's 1 and 2?
Kareem and LeBron.
Okay. I'm not a hater. I'm not a hater because I think Kareem got 6 rings too, right? What are we talking about?
He do. They act like his 6 don't matter, but he do.
Right. He got 6 rings too. He's the number 2 leading scorer of all time. I mean, I'm with you. I get it. I just wanted to make sure I'm with that.
What I was going to say is this, man. When we talk about impact, as far as having impact on today's game, somebody that coaches, young men, other than LeBron, Steph Curry in the last, I'll include Kobe too, but in the last 20 years, nobody's had a greater impact on today's game. And the young guys, like you gotta think about it than Steph Curry, because you gotta think about it like this. When Steph first came into the game, no,
I disagree with you big time. I don't
hold on 1 second. Let me finish. Let me finish.
I don't even want you to finish that.
And the reason why I say that the impact is this: who was buying Under Armour before Steph Curry started wearing them?
Great,
basketball wise.
Thank you for trend setting. I said that.
Nobody, right? I never you seen the Under Armour commercials with Ray Lewis and the guy from Maryland and different things like that. That's what Under Armour was known for. Football, the gear, the shirts, the tight shirts.
Bro, I swear I was with you with the Under Armour route. Like I was with you.
No. But what I'm saying, that's one part of it. Steph, he transcended that. And he transcends the way guys play the game. Why? Because kids look at it like this.
You
I might
should've
not
read
be
with that.
7. I
That's
might
what you
not be
should have.
7. Okay, but let me finish. I'll let y'all talk. Let me talk. I might not be 7 foot like Durant or big like Shaq, but I could be a smaller guy and shoot from 30, 40 feet like Steph Curry. And that's what made him so popular, because kids look at that and they say, I can't do, because of physical attributes, I'm not Giannis. I'm not Jason Tatum. I could be more like Steph. Not saying they could be Steph, but they can relate more to Steph.
Hey, listen, if you enjoyed this content, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Give Me a Second Sports for more content just like this.